Hey everybody, welcome to day 258 of Reseller Reflections, Day Life Full-Time Reseller supporting her family. It's Friday, February 21st, 2025, and we did not meet our sales goal today. However, if I finished the shipping or the stuff that sold this afternoon, I think we would probably be there. I just do not have the energy to do that. So it's going to wait until the morning to go out, I think, unless I get some like wild burst of energy. But so anyway, moral of the story is it's pretty close, decent sales day. The week is not shaping up to be as great as I thought it would be in the beginning of the week. I don't think we're going to hit our weekly goal unless something amazing happens tomorrow and we sell a real banger. So, or lots and lots and lots of little things. But that's kind of where we are for the week thus far on a Friday, and our week ends on Saturday at midnight. So there you have it. Today, I think we should talk about Keystone habits. So my friend Jill of Rusted Truck Relics sent us a podcast, YouTube video, and it's Mel Robbins and Dr. Ranjan Chatterjee. And they're talking about, I'm going to read you the title of it. It says, Change Your Body and Your Life in 1 month, 4 small habits that actually work. The podcast is just so much more than that. I mean, this Dr. Chatterjee, his perspective on health and wellness is just so phenomenal and so relatable and so doable. I would recommend it. I recommended it to everybody after Jill recommended it to a group of us because I just think it's great. Do yourself a favor. It's linked up in the show notes. Go listen to it. What I got out of it was just so much. So just the basic, like the 4 habits or the 4 pillars of health, as he calls them, are food, movement, sleep, and rest. So that is, I mean, those are the 4 pillars that he talks about in there. But I think the real point of this is a combination of the slight edge and the 12-week year. Because he talks about like Keystone habits. If you do, and I referenced this yesterday when I was talking, I think it was yesterday, I was talking about sleep and habits that had to do with sleep. Maybe it was 2 days ago. But I was wondering if that was kind of like a Keystone habit, right? The thing that you do, the Keystone is the thing that you do that causes everything else to fall into place. That may be the Keystone for me. I'm going to do a little experiment in my next 12 weeks. I'm not starting it now. But he was talking about his Keystone habit is doing, exercises 5 minutes a day in his kitchen, right? Strength training 5 minutes a day in his kitchen while his coffee brews. And that's his Keystone habit because when he does that, everything else falls in line for the rest of his day. And that's the Keystone habit that really, does it. And he also discussed, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing for you. I'm just giving you the main key points because you might get something totally different out of this. The other thing was, the slight edge perspective. He said, and this is so true, I found this to be true in my life, and anybody that's done the slight edge with us has absolutely found this to be true. That's our book club, also linked up in the show notes. That's the book we're doing right now. It's The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. But he was talking about, having patience, not trying to be patient, but his as a medical doctor, his patients were, when you set a goal that's too big or try to achieve something so heroic and so, grandiose, and maybe it's beyond your reach, really the best thing you can do is, he talked about his 5 minutes a day, while his coffee brews of strength training, and recommending to patients that they do 5 minutes 2 days a week. And that's where you start. And he's seen incredible success with that. So, you start with a penny, as they say in The Slight Edge, something small, something within your reach, something that's easy to do. It doesn't have to be some big heroic action that's going to get you this quantum leap. And it needs to be, a small little activity action that you're going to do consistently over time. And I think 5 minutes a day, 2 days a week, like he recommended to his patient, is an incredible place to start. You have to start somewhere. Are you better off starting? and not doing it perfectly? Or are you better off just, are you better off not doing anything? Where will you be, a week, a month, a year from now? Whereas if you start now with a small action, you're going to be that much further ahead. So start where you are. I find this very inspiring. I was looking for ways that I can incorporate in the next 12 weeks into my tactics, some more of these Keystone things and some more things that are just easy to spend, 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, a couple times a week on, that will really have the biggest impact on my life. One of the things that I'm going to concentrate on as a Keystone tactic, like I said, is sleep. But as far as business wise, it is going to be savings, right? And building back up my vault account, my rainy day fund. I pretty much depleted that when I had to move. And, moving is super expensive. Setting up a new workspace is expensive. There was a lot of expenses involved. So kind of drained my rainy day fund. And I really need to focus in on that and build that back up. And I have not been consistent as I should be with that. So I'm going to figure out a plan, tactic. And I think that's going to be another keystone for me, where everything else kind of falls into place when I do that. Last major takeaway. And, he said this in the beginning, so it automatically, I was in, right? I was just in, is that, these might be, ways to change, your health and your body, but, it all encompassing. The better we feel, the more productive we're going to do. Like, there's not just like they're not just like these silos, like family, health and wellness, your business. They don't operate independently of one another. It's not, if you improve in one, chances are you're going to improve in all of those like separate things, all of those pillars. So that's what got me hooked. I just really relate to that. I hope you do too, because I said one of the best things that came out of 2024 for me was just the concept that I needed to work harder on myself than I do on my business, because it all comes together. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and go ahead, check out the episode in the show notes, and I will see you on day 259 of Reseller Reflections. Oh, yep, and I'm reset to 0. All right, guys. Night, night.